Hi, I'm Abbey Hoskins, and welcome to Girl Power, a segment where we highlight all sorts of women in our community who are doing big things. Before we get started, I would like to thank our sponsors. We have June and Beyond, Tees, Cavell, and Kim Breeden with Shelter Insurance. Today we are talking to quite literally one of the coolest people I've ever met, Magda Reagan. She's from Poland, made the journey over to the U.S. and kind of put down roots here in Lebanon. She's a real estate agent, she has a personal cooking service, and she's also extremely busy. But I'm really excited to talk to her, and I'm so glad she joined us today. So hi, Magda. Thanks for joining us. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
I am so glad that I'm here.
So for people meeting you right now, can you tell us who you are and what your life looks like currently?
Well, my name is Magda. Who am I? I am first and foremost, mother, wife. I'm a real estate agent. I work with Century 21 here in Lebanon, and I own a Magda's Kitchen personal cooking services, which is I guess the best way to describe it, a local business of providing meals, trying to focus on the healthy side of the meals.
Yeah, they're all home cooked.
Right. The cooking idea is to make sure we use fresh produce. We try to avoid as many preservatives as possible. And so, yes.
So you're busy.
I am busy. I'm a workaholic. I should probably add that, but it's nothing to be probably proud of. But I love to work. And it's one of those, if there's a slower period, it almost gives you anxiety. You're like, oh my gosh, I should be doing something. What am I forgetting? So,
right, you can't rest.
So yes, I am busy by choice. Whenever I feel like things are slowing down, then let's find a new project. Let's do something.
Right.
So
taking it back, can you tell us what your childhood looked like and what values were modeled to you growing up?
So I grew up in Poland. I was born in 1981, so I grew up during communism times. I guess that's the best way to describe it. And that definitely shaped up the way I look at life right now. But Poland was always my home, and it will always be, even though I've been here in the United States for 25 years, almost 26 years now. But I had a great childhood, even though the circumstances were hard, but it was hard circumstances for everybody who lived in Poland, not just for me. But I have a brother who is a couple years older than me, and my dad was a commercial pilot. So after everything settled in the world, and mainly, in Eastern Europe, I had a great opportunity to travel with him. And we traveled all over places that, right now, looking from perspective, you just don't think, hey, let's go to China.
Right.
So the opportunity with him going for 2 weeks to Beijing and just seeing the culture. So I think my childhood was full of experiences, and we've seen places and tried foods and visited people that you would not just plan if it wasn't just kind of given to you.
Right.
And I think probably that's what shaped me into who am I right now, with loving to travel, loving different cuisines. I am always up for trying something new, something different. There are some things that I'm like, yeah, probably we're just not going to go that route.
For the most part. Yes.
But overall, I love new experiences. And that's what I try to teach my children, that, you just got to expand your vision and just know there's so much more out there. It doesn't mean you have to move, and because right now, living in Lebanon, best place to be. I love it. Right. When I first visited my husband's parents, he asked me, what I think. I'm like, well, it's a beautiful small town. We're never moving. We lived in St. Louis at that time, and right now, I think it's just the best.
Right, because it's so small and it's close-knit.
Right.
So going back to your school years, what did school in Poland look like for you?
So school system is different. When I was in school, we didn't have middle school. We just had elementary, from first grade to eighth. And then you had 4 years of high school. So, one of the things that I do miss, and I would love to see it one day maybe changing here, you were put in a class with the same people and you went to the same class for either 4 years or 8 years of elementary school.
Oh, really?
So you really build the bond. You had, I'm still friends with some of my friends from elementary school, and you don't choose your classes, which I know in elementary school you don't do that either.
Right.
But it is assigned based on you. Technically. So, I mean, the first few years, it's just a general education. So everybody has the same. And then 6th, 7th, 8th grade, they were a little more expanded. Like you could choose a foreign language because we had 2 foreign languages. And then going into high school, it depends what are you thinking? Because there's a big pressure of before high school, you have to start already thinking, who do you want to be when you grow up?
That's hard.
What do you want to do? But it also helps you figure out, like, I knew I'm never going to be historian. It was unfortunately something I was never interested. I did not care about, learning what happened in Chinese dynasty in,
right,
the years that you definitely won't remember. So, but then if you show more interest in, foreign languages, then you could do the classes with a little expanded program or science. So you would choose that class, but then again, you would be put with the same group of people in the high school, and you would complete all 4 years with the same group of people that really build friendships. And we really didn't have much problems with bullying because you build that net and you protect each other. You're just, there's always going to be, the group of friends that are closer, but overall, I think it's like your little family for 4 years.
So in comparison to schools today, how many were in your class and then how many were in your grade?
Okay. So on average, it was about 30 students per class. And we had 5 classes per grade. But those were schools, because I grew up in a big city. So it was all based on a neighborhood area, which with high school, it's a little different, but it's a long story. After your elementary school, you had to pass tests, and depends on your grades, which high school you could go to. You couldn't choose any high school because there are some high schools that were really strong science. They had really strong science programs, and you had to be the best of the best to go to that school. And that's usually for the students that thinking, down the road, they want to go into this field. So they spend last 2 years of elementary school focusing on that physics, math, because that's also another thing. We had in high school, regardless on your program, we still had, I had 4 years of physics, 4 years of chemistry, 4 years of geography, 4 years of biology, it was a lot.
So what were you planning on doing with all that?
I always want to go into tourism, traveling, that was always, and then restaurant, hospitality, just this field. And that's what my degree is, in hotel and restaurant management.
Yes. Okay. So I remember you telling me too. Can you tell me about your transition time from when you were in Poland to moving to the States?
So during my college years, I traveled with a group of friends. We did summer programs, it calls work and travel. So we would apply to different jobs in the United States that hired students for the period of summer. And so I worked at Six Flags on the East Coast. That was a hard work.
Really?
When I see those poor kids working at Six Flags, be nice to them, because our schedule started usually around 9:00 and we worked till the closing. So it was long hours,
in the
minimum
heat.
wage, in the heat, and your break room was also outside. So I was lucky enough, I was a lifeguard, because I was a lifeguard in Poland. I got on lifeguard. So we were, the water park opened at 10, closed at 6. Then we had a little training after that. So I was good. But after a while, it was just hard enough. We applied to one of the casinos on the East Coast, and it was a huge place. It was Foxwoods, 15,000 employees, amazing place. And I got hired there as a cook with no experience. I truly had to convince the one of the chefs that, I know how to cut potatoes. But they were willing to train us. So we did that 2 years in a row. I worked at the casino, worked in the kitchens. And then by then I knew I want to get internship because I still worked with hotels and I was getting my education in this field. So after I graduated college, I applied for internship and I was invited by John Q. Hammond's hotels in Dallas. Actually, they have a hotel there. And I came for internship where kind of my adventure started here. And then 2 weeks after being in the United States, I met right now my husband. That
was fast.
I know. He was a guest at the hotel. Craziest story ever. But yeah. So we got married. And then, so we got married in 2004, moved to St. Louis. I worked at different hotels in St. Louis. And then started working at one of the casinos there. I started at the hotel and then got promoted into food and beverage department. And yeah, that's
so the food just kind of found you again?
It kind of found me again. And it's so funny because 6 months before I started the business, I was talking to somebody and I just said, I'm like, you know what? I just absolutely hate cooking dinners. And then here we are cooking.
You literally cook every week.
Every week. But I think the difference, I finally discovered the difference. I have a great team of amazing ladies. I've got Brenda and Evelyn, Christina, Josie. We have a new person, Linda, working with us. And when we're coming up with the menu for the following weeks, like it's a teamwork, it's a team effort. And then you prepare it, you have the menu, and then we make the orders of all the food. So it's so much easier. Then you're just thinking like, okay, so what am I going to cook for the kids today? So no, and my poor family only gets leftovers from the kitchen. I don't cook in my kitchen at home. That's
so funny. So I'm going to back up a little bit. You're in St. Louis. You've got married. What caused you to move to Lebanon and choose Lebanon?
So my husband actually was born in Lebanon long time ago. And his dad was military. He was Air Force. So they travel a lot. They lived in Germany. And they lived in Illinois. It was a Air Force Scott base. And when I met Brad, he lived in Collinsville, which is right in that area. His family came back home to Lebanon. And he worked for different companies. He works with computers. He does magic. And he got a job offer in Lebanon. And I just got promotion at the casino where I worked.
Oh.
And it was the job that I really wanted. It was in banquets and events. And it's one of those jobs that you're still working in that hospitality business, but your schedule is a little more set.
Right.
It's not as crazy. I was so excited. And I tried to get into this field for so long, but whoever you interview with, they would want your experience. Like, okay, how many years? I'm like, well, somebody needs to hire me to get the experience. So the casino that I worked for, I guess they saw the potential and I got that job offer. And 6 months later, my husband got a job offer in Lebanon. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
Right.
So, which I didn't think we're going to be here for a long time. And
you're probably like, this place again. I said I'd never move here.
Well, and it was tricky because being a person with a stronger accent, not knowing anybody, it was hard to make friends. It was really hard to make friends. It was, I guess that's what shapes you in some way too, and helps you look a little differently on life. And Jacob was, at this point, he was 2 years old when we moved here. And so I got involved with the library and, tried to, and it was a little tricky. So it was a little lonely, but Brad liked his job. And I started working for my brother-in-law, helping him with his company. then, of course, with Jacob getting older, I'm like, okay, well, let's go to swimming lessons at the Y. And that's where I met Melissa. Melissa and I, we've been friends for 16 years, over 16 years now. And both of the boys, her oldest son and Jacob, became friends.
Melissa Boston?
Melissa Nesbitt.
Nesbitt, okay. I
Melissa Nesbitt was the first
Boston?
one. Yes. Eli was 4, Jacob was 3 when we met. We've been best friends since day one. So slowly it started, I started kind of settling down and, okay, I think we can do it. And then just meeting more people. We started working out at the Y. So I met more people at the Y. Then I met Melissa Boston. I mean, the church. That was always a huge thing. We met lots of people through church. And then CrossFit.
That's where I met you.
Yes. CrossFit was like, which that's what I'm trying to think. Was the CrossFit before the running club?
Oh. No.
Because we did the running club first.
It was running club first.
That's what I was
CrossFit.
thinking.
Yeah.
So that was also, I became a runner because it was stressful. My family's in Poland, which I have great in-law family, but I needed some outlet to
right,
get rid of the stress. So I started running. And that was another group of friends that I met through running. I met you through running. Then CrossFit. CrossFit became a huge thing. I mean, when you get plugged in, that is addictive. I mean, I would get my schedule, all day schedule around the one class that I cannot miss. And if I felt like my schedule is running short, I'm like, no, we got to make it happen. I need to go to CrossFit. So that was a great time. But then I started the real estate. And it's almost impossible to combine those two.
Oh, yeah.
Because your schedule is not set.
Unless you want to wake up and go to 5:30 a.m.
And this is the one thing I never was able to do it. My body, running in the morning, that's the one thing. But CrossFit in the morning, my muscles were not walk up, awake. Yeah. So, that's...
So real estate was 2017,
so
right?
2016.
2016.
So real estate started. And then with real estate, because of my schedule not being set, I would go to CrossFit and I would skip the CrossFit, not being there for 4 days, then go in thinking I can still do the same thing. Hurt so bad because of the muscle. So unfortunately, I had to, kind of scale it down.
Right.
Because then you think you're still a stud and then you end up with an injury or something like that. So, but then the real estate absolutely took over my life.
Right.
And then, the COVID happened. The craziest few years. I mean, we were so busy, so busy.
Everyone was moving here from California, Washington. Yeah.
Right. But it was busy, but it was stressful. Even though Lebanon, I mean, we're not a cutthroat business, but, things were happening. It was really, really hard. So at that point, my son joined. He went to high school. He started playing soccer. And the couple games I went to, I was thinking, I'm like, those boys getting off school at 2:00 after some kind of lunch, whatever they ate for lunch at school, by their own choice. Because, if you want, you can feed yourself. But, pizza, every day, let's eat pizza. And I'm like, guys, you're athletes. You got to eat. Because after all day at school, you travel on the bus, you practice for another hour, and then you have a game. So my goal was, okay, let's start feeding them before the game. So before each game, I started, me and Brenda, another mom, we were making meals for them or trying to talk with different businesses, for sponsors for the meals. And then that was kind of the start of, well, maybe I'll start cooking, which there was never a plan for Magda's Kitchen.
Right.
That was never an idea of, hey, let's put more on your plate. Excuse me. And I think at the office, every time I would bring my lunch, Donna was like, what are you eating for lunch? So I started explaining, and then, well, next time when you're making lunch, and I had few people, would you make me some? Or I would just bake a tray of chicken. And then the word slowly started spreading that
everyone's
I make some food. So then I had started people contacting me. I'm like, well, yeah, I'm making lunch for myself. I'll make you food. It's not a problem. But then it started growing. And then the conversation with the health department, well, we got to get a little more legit.
Right.
So that's when it hit me. Bistro restaurant was open only Thursday, Friday, Saturday. They usually start the prep on Wednesday. I usually cook Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So I'm like, well, you're closed. I need location. How about let's make it happen? So we actually started cooking at the bistro. Me and Brenda, and then Josie joined us. We started cooking on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. And they were a great help. Kind of actually dusting off all what I remember from the kitchen.
Right.
About the cooking. And I did my safety training just to kind of refresh everything. And after a couple months work, bistro is great of a restaurant and a kitchen for the restaurant. When you're talking about meal prepping and making 100 meals, there's just different layout, different setup. So I'm like, you know what? Why don't we just build a kitchen? So we built a kitchen, and that's where we're at now.
Yeah, it is awesome too. It's massive. I've only seen pictures.
It all just happened. Like I said, there was never a plan for it. It was all God's plan, really, because I always laugh that Magda's Kitchen is sponsored by Century 21.
Right.
Because really, when you think about it, such a busy years in real estate, and we were able to build this kitchen. And, our main focus is to help people realize that you can eat awesome food, chicken Alfredo, shepherd's pie, all the comfort foods that are still made healthy.
Your burger bowl. My favorite.
Yes. Yeah. So there's so many, and you still get the sauce, but so big, the focus has to be on the portion. It's not about, because I know restaurants so often like bigger is better. Yes, because people are like, oh, there's more food, I'll pay less, I'll get more. But you have to think how it affects your body. Because how many of us can come and say, okay, I'm going to order this, but please plate for me only half, and I want to put the other half already in to-go box. We will eat it, and then just one more bite. And I think that is the problem. You can still have the great food. So we're focusing on being a very price focus, but also like don't over serve. It doesn't do any good to anybody.
Your food is always so fresh too. It's so much better than a restaurant.
Well, thanks. So that's also, we don't cook all the meals at the same time. First thing is the storage. It would be so hard because, we grew so much recently that we don't even have enough room to store those meals that coming out the next day. That's why we cook for 3 days, and we also deliver multiple days. We do delivery and we do pickups. But we try to stay fresh. Besides, if you make a salad and the salad is made for Friday, you make it on Sunday, by Friday it looks questionable. Or sometimes people, they get busy, we don't want them, on Friday that meal was cooked on Sunday, well, it has maybe one more day,
So how many meals do you cook a week?
So, well, because I'm like thinking about my spreadsheet. We have the regular meals, which we call them, Monday through Friday.
Right.
Those are the main meals. And we usually hit about 350
Oh my God.
of those meals. We had this week, our pork chops hit the biggest number. We almost hit 100 just on that one meal. But then also we do breakfasts, which is burritos or egg bakes. And we are somewhere around 30 usually. Then we do the second breakfast, which are our Tuesday, the next day. And those are our overnights and chia puddings. Then we do veggie trays, just a veggie with hummus or ranch and some cheese, a little bit of protein and natural fats. So we do those. During the summer, we do fruit trays. During the winter we do juices. So we freshly press juices on Mondays. And that's always, the biggest sale always is the pineapple ginger shot. It's your immune system, it's inflammation. They come in the smaller bottles. And then we have What else? Grinder salads, which is also additional. Then we do ramen. And now we just introduced the spring rolls.
Yes.
Which is, I mean, I'm so fascinated by them because they're so colorful. They look so pretty and they come with the good sauces. But the rolling it's a skill. You just have to develop it. And I'm still developing it.
Well, all the pictures you've shared look really pretty.
We post the best looking ones.
Right.
Let's be honest. But the main thing is I want to bring stuff that I enjoy when I travel or where I, I'll never go for sushi. I mean, I love eating sushi, but
No, making it, that would be a whole ball game.
No, that's a different. But everything what I enjoy, we try to bring, and thank goodness for TikTok.
Yes. Oh
all those recipes, or when I first started studying, like, okay, how you roll it properly, because rolling it one way or rolling it the right way, so it kind of stays tight. And thank you for TikTok and all those other viral videos, or even just getting the ideas.
Right.
There's few restaurants, like one is in Australia that I follow. They have they've been in the business forever. They cater events for up to 600 people. So, they've got it all figured out. So I'm learning a lot from them too.
Yeah.
Because catering was never a plan. Just like Magda's Kitchen was never a plan.
It's just what you're meant to do. And
the catering now is a thing for us too. We started doing catering, which I love. I really do. I love everything what we do with the business. I love working with people. I love being able to provide for people because so often we get so many special requests.
Right.
And sometimes it's a lot. Like sometimes, I give a list to my friends. I'm like, okay, we have 5 with no onion, 2 with onion, but without peppers. And then, we can get confused. But every time I try to remind my team and myself that we are here for the people.
Right.
Thanks to them, we have it.
Yeah.
So.
And you're, banging them out.
Yeah.
So looking back on your life, what challenges have you faced that have really shaped you into the person that you are today? Was it like the making friends, or what's something that really just stuck with you?
So making friends was never really a problem because my kids call me social butterfly.
You are so social.
Yeah. So, but I think getting out of your shell and realizing that, yes, your accent, I am different, in some ways. Like it's just, I grew up in different culture.
One thing I appreciate about you too, sorry, I'm interrupting you.
No.
You are always very upfront. You don't sugarcoat things. You say it how it is. There's no fluff with you.
Right. So it can be challenging sometimes. At the office, there is a joke when Magda's accent gets thick. Things are getting really serious.
Yeah.
And, sometimes I'm in stressful moments. My accent does get thick. But I learned that I don't like play games, even in real estate. I don't like play games. Once in a blue moon, I get burned on it because I try to be upfront, and then, people will take advantage of it. I'm like, well, it will bite you sooner or later. But I think the biggest challenges was getting into real estate, because you do have to be more public. You can't be just incognito, hiding, and you do have to get public. But the turning point, I think, was Ginger Johnson from the Hogan. She suggested me for the Rotary to invite me to talk about my life in a way of coming from Eastern Europe, from Poland, and just the whole story, how all those years in Poland during the communism years, and, how did I ended up here? And then the story of my grandpa, the crazy story about my grandpa, he was a zoo director. So but it's such a long story.
Right, yeah.
But I had to do the presentation in front of people that I didn't know, because I've never been to Rotary before. And I think that was a turning point, because I started looking at my story as, you know what? Everything what happened in my life happened for a reason.
Yeah.
I'm here because of my dad being a pilot, introducing me to traveling, wanting to do the student programs in United States, wanting to move to United States, having the story of cooking. Like every single aspect in my life was a next step to where I am right now. And I try to take every day that truly God put me in here, like with the soccer players. If not for that soccer team, I don't think I would be really showing interest in cooking for 30 people.
Right.
Because, long time ago, I was thinking, dinner for 15, that's so much.
Yeah.
We have to start prepping for, right now it's like, 15 people. It's just, you're going to whip it up. So I truly think the first presentation with Rotary, it kind of helped me build some confidence and wanted to go out more. But then also with real estate, realizing that, because, we like to promote ourselves. And we put the billboards out and we put the advertisement in the newspaper. And I realized the most people you're going to meet if you get involved with the community, in helping the community, in being there. It's not about what the community can do for you.
Right.
It's what you can for them. And then it all kind of works in.
100%.
Right.
I agree with you.
So I think that's where it all started. And even, right now with our kitchen, we try to get really involved. We try to help other businesses. I'm working with 2 GoCap students that do a nutrition with the kindergartens.
Really?
So I work with them. They have like different plans. So I help them with the meals ideas. Like they had the breakfast idea. We did. Then we had yesterday, we prepared boxes with like 5 major groups of food so kids can learn.
Yeah.
So just little things, like that. Or we do a lot of sponsorship. We try to promote our kitchen that way as well. But we don't just promote like, hey, this is us.
Right.
We try to put our product out there for them so they can also try and see. And
that's incredible. If you haven't tried Magda's food yet, you have to. On your Facebook page, is it Magda's Kitchen PCS?
Right. Right. So it's Magda's Kitchen PCS. We totally went backwards. I am working on the website. It is almost ready. It's been almost ready for a while. It's complex because I'm trying to figure out, just because our ordering system is so complex. We have different days of delivery and we have different meals, so many different meals. And then sometimes we have specials. So right now, still, we are on Facebook, Magda's Kitchen PCS. If we're not friends, send us request. We approve it. And then on Thursdays, new menu comes out. And then you just comment.
It's pretty easy. It's not hard. And then you do deliveries, or you can pick up at Century 21. And
right. So we do have a lot of businesses that we deliver to. We understand you work. And then if you're more flexible, we have a designated fridge at Century 21. And then when you come pick up the food, comes by house. I mean,
she's a one-stop shop.
Yeah. We have the best agents. Abbey.
Yeah.
Right.
We're close-knit family.
Yes. This is what I love about our office. We are a family.
Right.
Yeah.
So I am curious to know, what is your favorite place you've traveled?
Well, so I think because it's where my heart is. Of course, Poland was always, I love to travel to Poland. I love, my kids love Poland. My son speaks Polish. My daughter is not as easygoing. She's stubborn and she thinks she speaks Polish. She does not.
She'll get there someday.
So of course Poland, but I think my most favorite is Dubai.
Yes.
But it is because my brother lives there. So my brother lives in Dubai. He's a pilot for airlines over there. And we went when we were kids. We went with my dad. For the first time. But that was in like 90s, when Dubai in 90s and Dubai right now, it was 2 different worlds. Yes. But right now, it is my absolute favorite place because the cultural mix over there, it is a place where you have people from all over the world that went there for purpose of, the jobs, the education. Right now, apparently they're great. They're huge medical place where, because they get the best doctors.
Yeah.
So with some major issues, you can go there and get your treatments and stuff like that. But it's, I mean, food from all over the world. It's safe. Actually, Victoria and I were going for spring break.
I'm a little bit jealous, but
my husband has to work. My son is in college, so his spring break is different. I'm like, well, we're gonna call it a spring break, just girls.
yeah, you guys have so much fun.
So we do, and my brother is able to have some off. His schedule is so crazy, but this is my absolute favorite. But big part of it is because my brother is there, and we are really close. We were fighting like dogs and cats when we were kids.
Right.
And now we are super close. So we're just looking forward to.
That's neat that you've maintained your closeness too, even being, in the whole ocean across the world.
Yes, we do talk. I mean, it's so funny sometimes when we try and he sends me a message. It's 4:00 in the morning. Are you sleeping? Well, dude, it's 4:00 in the morning. Yes, I'm sleeping. But then I'm texting him and it's like midnight there or something. So sometimes it's hard to fit, and we always forget. I'm like, okay, with my mom, I'm 7 hours. With my brother, I'm 10 hours.
Because your mom's still in Poland, right?
Yes. Then my dad is in Vietnam. I'm like, I don't even know what time is there.
How do you guys do holidays?
I know. So we had actually a couple years ago, we did Christmas. It was first time, I think, in 20 years. We were all in one place. We all went to Dubai. Not recommend Dubai for Christmas.
Really? Is it busy?
Oh my gosh. It is crowded insanely.
Oh.
So we were at my brother, so not as touristy but I think it's once every 20 years when we can actually get all together. And now, of course, Jacob, he's in college. My brother's daughter, my niece, she's in college.
Right.
She's in Spain. We are here. Then the younger ones will go somewhere too.
Yeah, you literally have people you love all over the world.
Yes.
That's really cool.
Yes, we do love WhatsApp. It's our way to communicate. That's the way we talk. It's the best way. So I do talk with my mom every day. I do talk with my brother every couple days, every 3 days. Even it's just, hey, how are you?
Very cool.
Yes.
So I'm going to end, and I want to ask you, what's one piece of advice you would give to women younger than you?
Well, depends what age. Right. So, anywhere starting high school. Don't worry what happens in high school.
Right.
This is such a short-lived period in your life. Definitely believe in yourself. And I don't want to say don't care what other people think about you, because it truly depends who you surround yourself with. I think one of the biggest blessings is the people that I have surrounded myself with. So find your people, not the cool people, but the people that you know that truly have your back. Because, I mean, there's nothing more important than have friends that will, slap you silly when you need it, and then be there for you when so I think that's, surround yourself with people you can trust. It's hard. You will learn your lessons, but every hard lesson you learn, there's a reason for it.
Right.
So just have your team, just have your people, and make sure you are part of that team too, because if you need them, that means they need you too. So
right.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, I'm so glad you're here. I could never even imagine Lebanon without Magda Reagan now, because you are so, you've done so great. And
well, thank you. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I never, ever considered that would be the place that I'm going to be like, you know what? Like, even, sometimes we have a silly joke, like we talk with my brother, with my husband. It's like, well, so when you win the lottery, like, where would we go? And I'm like, we're staying in Lebanon. I'm like, we're not going anywhere. I'm like, we might buy 5 different houses, but I'm like, we'll have an animal sanctuary, and we'll do so many good things. Like, I always try to think, like, whatever success meets me, that means I have to spread it.
Right.
And give it. So that's also another advice, because I always tell that to my daughter every morning. I always get an eye roll. But it's be a blessing. Sometimes it's hard, but I'm like, always be a blessing, because...
One, it'll come back to you, and 2, you never know who needs it.
Right.
So,
Right. So Yeah.
Very cool. Well, thank you.
Well, thank you so much.
This has been another episode of Girl Talk. Thank you so much, Magda Reagan, for coming and joining us. I hope you enjoyed our story.
Thank you.
This episode of Girl Power is brought to you by Covell Flowers, Espresso, Bakery, and Gifts, Kim Breeden and the crew at Shelter Insurance, June and Beyond Women's Boutique, and Tees Custom Apparel. Thank you for being a proud sponsor of Girl Power.